During the graduation ceremony, something suddenly caught the teacher's eyes, and they stopped the proceedings. The auditorium was abuzz with excitement as families, friends, and teachers alike eagerly waited for the graduation ceremony. The big stage, decorated in Riverside's vibrant colors, was ready to welcome the graduating class for their long-awaited moment. Graduates lined up, their robes flowing, bright smiles lighting up their faces, and hats perfectly perched, waiting for their names to be called. Laughter and lively conversations filled the space, reflecting the anticipation of the celebration. For many, this day marked the culmination of years of hard work, perseverance, and cherished memories. It was not only a time for students to celebrate with their peers, but also an opportunity to share their achievements with the loved ones who had supported them every step of the way. Among them was Olivia, a young woman whose path to this moment had been anything but typical. At just 18, Olivia was about to graduate high school, an accomplishment that once seemed almost out of reach. Yet, Olivia was more than just another student in the sea of caps and gowns. She was a young mother. By 15, Olivia had given birth to her son, Liam, and her life had changed forever. It was a battle uphill through school and single motherhood, but Olivia never lost her will. She was determined to graduate, not only for herself but also for Liam, whose presence had become her greatest motivation. Just a few years earlier, her life was on a different track. At 14, Olivia met Daniel, an 18-year-old who worked at her school. To Olivia, Daniel seemed mature, confident, and charming, those qualities that made him simply irresistible to her young, impressionable mind. Their friendship quickly grew deeper, and the attention of someone older and seemingly wiser felt like a dream come true. But Olivia's naivety soon led to a different reality altogether. One careless moment of impulsiveness resulted in her becoming pregnant. The news hit her with overwhelming weight, crashing her illusions. She was just about to start high school and wholly unprepared for the challenge ahead. When Olivia finally told Daniel, her hopes for a supportive response were crushed. Rattled, Daniel reacted by first making excuses, then claiming he wasn't ready for fatherhood, and eventually cutting ties. His abrupt disappearance left Olivia alone to face the daunting future. But the most severe blow finally came from within the circle of closest kin. Her parents reacted in anger and disappointment when Olivia broke the news to them. They were very conservative and couldn't handle the idea of their adolescent daughter becoming a mother. Feeling betrayed and ashamed, they told Olivia she was on her own if she chose to keep the baby. It was the lowest point in Olivia's life. Not only had she lost Daniel, but she also felt abandoned by her parents. Amidst her despair, one ray of hope shone through her older brother, Ethan. 23-year-old Ethan had recently moved out and was living with his girlfriend, Mia. When he learned about Olivia's situation, he was shocked at first. Unlike their parents, however, Ethan realized that his sister needed support now more than ever. Ethan welcomed Olivia into his home and provided her with a haven at the most desperate time of her life. He, together with Mia, became an immovable rock on which she leaned as she faced the dreaded 9 months of pregnancy. They accompanied her to doctor's appointments, guided her in preparing for the baby's arrival, and most importantly provided the much-needed love and stability. Olivia found herself under merciless scrutiny, despite their vigilance to keep her community from that perception. Friends fled, and the sting of whispering voices, sideways glances, seemed endless at school. However, all the while, Ethan's encouragement kept her going. He kept reminding her she was much stronger than she thought, that her dreams were still reachable, and this beginning was the birth of something new and different. Liam. Ethan's dedication was instrumental in helping Olivia get her feet back on the ground. He pulled extra shifts to make sure the household needs were met, while Mia, who had hopes of becoming a teacher, provided tutoring to help Olivia keep up with her schoolwork. They became her rock, her chosen family, when she felt like she'd lost everything else. It was not easy to balance schoolwork with motherhood. Olivia spent many sleepless nights taking care of Liam while studying to keep up. But all this paid off as she continued, with Ethan and Mia at her side for strength to move on. On graduation day, as Olivia stood in her blue robe with her tassel swaying in anticipation, a wave of pride and relief washed over her. This moment wasn't hers alone. Liam, now nearly 3 years old, sat in the audience wearing a tiny suit she had picked out just for the occasion. She wanted him to witness this triumph, a testament to the journey they had endured together. It was a ripple of excitement among the graduates when the principal went to the microphone to welcome them. The program started, with student after student crossing the stage to cheers from their families and friends. As soon as the announcer called out Olivia's name, she smoothed her cap and took to the stage, heart pounding with emotion. When she scanned the crowd, her eyes looked for Liam to meet his gaze, and there he was, smiling, waving, clapping small hands with joy overflown. Olivia took her diploma, and her heart swelled with pride as the audience erupted into applause. But as she turned to leave the stage, suddenly there was a commotion among the teachers in the front row. Whispers and pointing filled the space, their expressions a mix of surprise and confusion. The principal stopped, trying to make sense of it, and the audience started murmuring. Following their gaze, Olivia turned, and there was Liam. Her little boy was not in his seat anymore. Sure and steady, he had toddled down the aisle towards the stage, clutching something tightly in his hands. In his small hands, Liam clutched a small bouquet of bright yellow flowers, slightly crumpled but with obvious care taken in their arrangement. A collective awe swept over the auditorium as he made his determined way toward the stage. His face radiated pure joy, and his little legs moved as quickly as they could while carefully balancing the flowers. Olivia's eyes welled up with tears as Liam began to awkwardly toddle toward her outstretched arms. The teachers, who were moments before a bit concerned, now watched, and enthusiasm warmed with affectionate smiles. The tension in the room went away and was replaced with the most heartwarming scene imaginable, not one that was expected anyhow. When he finally reached Olivia, she scooped him into her arms. He proudly handed her a bouquet, saying through the microphone in his tiny voice, "Mommy, flowers for you." The audience erupted into thunderous cheers and applause upon his words. The principal, too, was visibly affected and stepped back to give this mother and son their moment. Olivia clutched Liam close as tears ran down her cheeks at the weight of her journey in this moment. This was the realization of all she had struggled for: the sleepless nights, the sacrifices, the never-say-die attitude that she had adopted toward creating a future for herself and her son. Standing tall and holding Liam in her arms, she felt the applause rise around her, louder and more exuberant than before. It wasn't just for her diploma. It was for her resilience, courage, and the deep and unbreakable bond that existed between her and Liam. She took a deep breath, walked to the microphone with Liam still in her arms, and addressed the crowd. "I want to thank my family, my teachers, and everyone who has supported me on the way. But first and foremost, I want to thank Liam. This day is as much his as it is mine." The audience erupted into a standing ovation, and so did the teachers who, earlier in the evening, were taken aback by the unexpected appearance of Liam. They now understood what that moment meant: perseverance, love, and the power of never giving up, no matter the challenges. And as the ceremony wore on, it seemed that the mood in the room shifted. This wasn't about diplomas anymore or academic achievement. It was about the stories of perseverance and triumph that had set each graduate on their paths to this day. Afterward, Olivia and Liam were surrounded by a throng of well-wishers. Classmates she had rarely spoken to approached her, offering congratulations and asking to meet Liam. The little boy in his perfectly fitted suit became an instant favorite, as shy grins and cheery high fives melted hearts. It was a celebration of not only Olivia's achievement, but also the love and determination that had brought them both to this unforgettable moment. Her teachers approached her, smiling tearfully, their eyes shining. Miss Carter wrapped Olivia in a warm embrace. "Olivia, we are so proud of you," she said, her voice shaking with emotion. "You have faced challenges that most of us cannot even dream of, and you have done it with such dignity and resolve. You are an inspiration to us all." Ethan and Mia soon joined her, beaming with pride. Ethan pulled Olivia into a tight hug before hoisting Liam onto his shoulders. "You did it, kid," he said in an emotion-filled voice. "I always knew you would. And Liam, he's got the best mom in the world." The rest of the day unfolded into being reflective about her journey so far. Olivia remembered the day that she discovered she was pregnant. The overwhelming fear, uncertainty, harsh words from onlookers who doubted her in every step she took in life, that she had taken to destroying her life, never getting graduation over or making big dreams. But Olivia had chosen a different path. Instead of giving in, she had fought relentlessly, determined to build a brighter future for herself and her son. She stood in her graduation gown, clutching her diploma, with Liam nestled in her arms, and felt a surge of pride. Every sleepless night, every tear, and every sacrifice had led her to this moment. She wasn't just graduating from high school, she was rewriting her story. More importantly, she set an example for Liam to show him that no matter the odds, dreams could be achieved with courage and perseverance. Olivia's story touched the heart of every person who listened to it. Her graduation day wasn't about her. It became a symbol of resilience and love for the entire community. It reminded everyone that success is not about having a perfect journey, but about pushing forward through imperfections and challenges. She stepped into the next chapter of her life ready to face whatever was thrown her way. With Liam by her side and her dreams firmly in her grasp, she moved forward one step at a time, knowing the future was hers to shape.